Welcome to Obscura Historia, your new favorite channel for uncovering the lesser-known, mysterious, and downright peculiar chapters from the human past. Our story begins over 50,000 years ago on Flores Island in Indonesia, where archaeologists made a startling discovery: bones belonging to the hominid Homo floresiensis, affectionately called the Hobbit. Standing barely 3 feet tall, these ancient humans hunted pygmy elephants and tried to avoid the beaks of giant prehistoric storks, which sounds like a nightmarish survival scenario straight out of Jurassic Park. In North America, many indigenous tribes hold detailed legends of small-statured beings. The Cherokee speak extensively of the Yunwe Sunsi, secretive creatures who inhabit the forests and caves, known to play tricks but also help humans find lost objects. The Crow tribe has the Narumbi, tiny but mighty warriors known for their short tempers and unpredictable moods, sometimes friendly, sometimes fierce, a bit like that friend who's always grumpy but still has your back. In New England, Wampanoag legends describe the Pukwudgie, mischievous forest dwellers who delight in playing pranks or luring travelers astray. On the islands of Hawaii, we find the Menehune, skilled craftsmen who supposedly built incredible structures overnight, leaving researchers scratching their heads to this day. Across the Atlantic in Europe, the tradition of small mystical beings is equally rich. English folklore has brownies, helpful spirits who perform chores at night, provided they're respected. Germans tell stories of kobolds, household entities who reward kindness with fortune, but respond harshly to disrespect. Scandinavian folklore gives us the Nisse, diminutive spirits closely linked to farms and homes, notorious for their temperamental nature, again, much like your uncle at holiday dinners after too much beer. We can't forget the leprechauns of Ireland, famed for their pots of gold and cunning misdirection, or the trow of Scotland's Orkney Islands, nocturnal beings who emerge from their underground homes to interact and occasionally abduct humans. Even the ancient Greeks were captivated by stories of tiny people, who they called pygmies, engaged in internal warfare against the cranes. Prominent thinkers like Herodotus and Aristotle referred to these small beings as factual inhabitants of distant lands, suggesting that these accounts might have some basis in reality, perhaps exaggerated but rooted in genuine observation. In Africa, legends abound regarding the small-statured communities of the Batwa people, who historically inhabited the dense forests of Central Africa. Known for their deep forest wisdom, they became figures of mystery and reverence, preserved in folklore as guardians of nature and secret knowledge. Asia offers equally fascinating stories. Japan's Curupira are described in ancient Ainu legends as shy, peaceful beings who dwell beneath giant leaves. In the Philippines, we have the duende, elf-like entities that live in hidden forests or within old houses, granting blessings or curses based on their whims. And Indonesia's orang pendek, often sighted in remote regions, intriguingly echoes our Flores Hobbits, perhaps a memory embedded deep in local tradition. South America's folklore is similarly rich. Amazonian tribes tell of the Curupira, guardians of the rainforest possessing backwards-facing feet to confuse hunters and protect wildlife. Further south, the Mapuche of Chile and Argentina describe the Lafchaque, tiny, cunning beings who delight in trickery and deception, reminding us yet again of how universal these narratives truly are. So why do such stories persist across continents, cultures, and millennia? Could they represent deep-seated psychological archetypes, ways to explain the inexplicable or personify nature's mystery? Or might they signify something more tangible, faint echoes of real, small-bodied populations that once coexisted with us, only remembered now through folklore? Science constantly changes our perceptions, transforming myth into reality. Giant squids were once sailors' fantasies until they washed ashore. Gorillas were mythical forest beasts until Europeans confirmed their existence. Perhaps these universal legends of little people similarly hint at hidden truths, waiting for rediscovery. Thank you for journeying with me today on Obscura Historia. If you enjoyed uncovering humanity's hidden stories, please subscribe, like, and share your thoughts on what mysteries you would like us to explore next. Until our next adventure, stay curious, stay open-minded, and never stop searching for the extraordinary hiding in plain sight. See you soon.